Your comfort level in this role compared to the last time we talked to you coming out of a bye week, and how much more comfortable things are for you after 3 4 weeks.
Okay, comfort level in the role, 100, 1,000% comfortable. Been doing it a long time. I guess since the last time we talked, I guess more comfortable with, I guess what we're doing here. More of an idea of what our guys do better, and I think some of the plan is evolving over and over, and I think that's a good thing. You wish you could have done it a few weeks before, where we'd be a few weeks ahead, but that's there's nothing you can really do about that. But I feel really comfortable with where we're at right now. We're getting better.
What does Armani Marsh give you guys at nickel? You guys have gone with him the last 2 weeks, and it seems like he's kind of your guy going forward there.
Yeah, Armani plays really fast. He plays with a lot of confidence. He's not the biggest guy, but he'll bring it. And he's not afraid to come in there and stick his nose in there. He's good in coverage, good blitzer. So he's been doing a really good job for us. He's been a pleasant surprise since we made that switch.
And then just with Cal's quarterback situation, seems like they have two guys who could possibly play, maybe three. It looks like Garbers is probably out of. How do you guys prepare for that? Are you watching film on everyone, or are you really honed in on one of the two or three guys?
Sure, yeah, we watched every game of the season, every snap of the season. It wouldn't surprise me one bit if Garbage ran out there and played. I guess Modster will probably be back after his injury, so we don't really know who's going to be out there. The one thing with them is they don't really change their style. It's not like they have one. Lamar Jackson, who can run a lot better than other guys. Now, Modster will run the ball a little bit more than the others, but they don't really change style. So, regardless of who's out there, they've been doing the same thing schematically.
Coach, who are some of the younger guys, maybe guys who haven't been as active on Saturdays that have really impressed you in kind of the day-to-day stuff?
Well, that's a good question. I guess up front, Cosmas has been really good, and he's coming on, and I think he's playing a lot more now. But he's been a real, not a surprise, but he's really stepping up. Nick Sheets was a guy who played early on, and then he got, he's been out for a while. He's got a really bright future. Other young guys up front, not too sure about. Travion Brown, obviously, he got ejected last week, would have had a little bit bigger role if he didn't get ejected. So, we're really excited about him and how he's been coming on. And then in the secondary, they're all relatively young. Tyrese really stepped up last week when he had to get in there and did a good job. So as a redshirt freshman, we're hoping that the lights are starting to come on for him and he can continue to get better and better every week. And he's challenging Bryce now, so the best guy will go out there and play. So we're excited about a lot of our young guys. We like the direction that the program's headed for the future.
And then on Monday, and Coach Leach was talking about what Justin Wilcox does. He says that a lot of defensive coaches have started to take from him and use some of his stuff. Part one, when did you become aware of Justin Wilcox, and have you ever used some of the stuff that he's done?
Well, I've known him since his Wisconsin. Well, I don't know him, but I've known of him since his Wisconsin days. And when I was at FAU, we had a lot of Wisconsin guys on our staff, so we'd watch a lot of their film. I don't know that we really stole a whole lot of what they were doing, but there was a lot of carryover to what we did, and I think there's a lot of similarities between our defense and their defense. And they're sound; they make you earn everything they get, and I think as a defensive coach, there's a little bit of envy there that they're that good on defense week in and week out, year in and year out. He's been a great coach for a long time.
Do you think it takes some trial maybe before teams are able to close out games, and you maybe have to go through a few tough losses, late game scoring drives that you guys have allowed to be able to have success in the fourth quarter and close those games out?
No, I don't think it takes learning lessons from those to go and close them out. It just comes down to somebody stepping up and making a play with good coverage or pressure on the quarterback. And no, I don't think there's anything that you can learn from giving up a score to help you, later on. It's just it's a matter of stepping up and making the play.
The other day, Ron, he'd said that trying to work on the act of closing. It's kind of a little bit of both. That there's things you can learn on in practice, but also that you can't. It's hard to recreate that game atmosphere. Sure. Do you agree with that? Like, how do you try and recreate that and work on that when it's not Saturday?
Well, yeah, I think every rep of practice we're preaching finish. Finish on the running back who has the ball with a tackle, with a strip. Everything we try to do is finish, but it's like anything, practice is one thing, a game is another. So I guess he has a point in that respect that you have to go out and finish the game. But we emphasize finish on every play of practice, and you're just hoping that those good habits carry over every play to the game. And whether it's play one of the game or play 130 of the game, you got to finish every play, and that's got to be our mentality.
What else does Cal do offensively that you guys are really paying attention to this week? I know they haven't had a lot of success, but obviously you never really want to overlook any Pac-12 team.
Well, I think they're pretty good. So they got a good running back. He's got a Le'Veon Bell style where he's slow and he waits for the hole to open, then hits it downhill. Big back who can carry the load. They have some weapons at receiver. They're going to be getting their center back who's missed a few games with injury. They're going to get 3 receivers back who are pretty damn good. So we're definitely going to get their best shot. And they got a talented group, so we got our hands full. We got to go out there and play well. So we're excited about the opportunity.